Thanks for joining us tonight at 9. I'm Mackenzie Davis. A former Monona Grove School District employee is under investigation tonight after officials say they uncovered nearly $40,000 in fraud. It's the latest financial controversy for a district who has already faced a major budget crisis. WMTV's Nicole Herzog brings us the details of the investigation and reaction from parents.
Officials say the former employee has repaid the district, but some parents say this incident shows a larger pattern of mismanaged money.
It was another kick in the gut.
With 2 kids in the Monona Grove School District, Christy Goforth says she's not only concerned, but frustrated.
It was just devastating on top of what we've all been going through over the past couple years.
Wednesday night, the school district sent this email to families, saying an internal investigation has so far uncovered $38,000 in fraudulent purchases by a former administrative assistant to the principal at Monona Grove High School.
We did open up a criminal investigation based on the preliminary information that we received. We have some indication that a crime did occur, and so we'll be looking into that.
Monona Police Chief Brian Cheney says his department was given details about the alleged fraud last week. The same day, school officials say the money was repaid to the district.
We're in the early stages of this investigation. I soundly believe that the district is fully cooperating. This is a matter in which they're taking very seriously.
The investigation comes on the heels of a budget deficit revealed in 2024, when the district announced it had been running at a deficit for 3 years and only had enough money to cover 4% of its needs.
I think one thing we probably have to consider is a forensic audit looking at the past 10 years of our finances, which very costly, very consuming of our staff's capacity and time.
But Lydia Bertram, another parent in the district, says she believes now this is a separate issue.
The financial crisis itself was not money that was taken or stolen. It was money that was missed line items. It was all spent and used on district things.
Back in 2024, the district's new superintendent had only been on the job for a couple months after the previous superintendent retired.
If anything, this makes me have more faith in our superintendent and deputy superintendent and in their knowledge of our finances, that they were able to uncover this from before they were even here.
Goforth says she still wants to see a change.
Even if you don't have kids in the district, you're still paying that price. But if we had stronger financial controls on both fronts, we probably would not be in this situation that we're in right now.
Monona police say they have not determined yet whether there is enough evidence to file criminal charges, but officials plan to refer the investigation to the district attorney's office. In studio, Nicole Herzog, WMTV 15 News.
The name of the former employee has not been released, and police say they will likely not share that name unless an arrest is made.